Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing some MekHQ. Hello McGorilla, hey Varank. I'm glad to see both of you guys in the chat so early. Um, so yeah, picking up where we left off. We had just gotten some ammo in, we had just fixed some armor. We had in fact just finished repairing pretty much everyone in Tongalance that got messed up last week. Oh, and Gribbly as well. Hello, how are you? I hope everyone is doing well tonight. I say tonight. I know for some of y'all it's not evening, but forgive me. Um, we've been doing some salvaging. The refit of Hoser's backup ride is completed. Um, let's see. I had also kind of off camera had fixed some stuff in the warehouse. This engine is being worked on. I forget who I assigned to work on that engine. It was someone. It was B, of course. So the repair bay is basically empty except for these two sabers and these two lightnings that are still there. I did do some rearranging in the infirmary so that our more experienced doctors have more patients. Other than that, everything we had two green arrow techs who weren't doing anything, and so I did find them something to do that they could accomplish on a 5. That was the sensors on the lightning and an ammo bin from the lightning. So at this point, being that it's Friday and everyone is in good shape, the briefing room, we've got no missions on the docket, the campaign state, we've got a clear map. We do have all of our lances currently deployed, but they should all be back by Monday, which is when our next possible mission chance is. So yeah, we're looking to be in pretty good shape right now for as far as the current contract goes. I would like to go ahead and route them and keep them routed for the entirety of a month before I call off the contract and call it a victory. Or we might be here until December. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, we really don't have anything we need to be worried about, I don't think, except for advancing days. This archer is... I am missing a hatchet. So yeah, we'll go ahead and advance to Saturday. Unmaintained units, yes I know. Maintenance on the crosscut seems to have gone pretty well. Maintenance on the Von Luckner seems to be going... Ooh, actually, not great. Oh, partial maintenance. That's not going to be an issue next month when that comes back up. We've got some more ammo in. We're working on avionics on the Saber, engine on the Saber, sensors on the Lightning. B is going to be another day on that engine. Let's see. The Wolverine Mark II will be ready in 2 days. Grasshopper is going to be a while, and Hoser's backup ride has been mothballed successfully. So, moving on to Sunday. Still working on some things. We did fix the engine with B. The Wolverine will be ready tomorrow. Moving on to Monday. Maintenance on the Slayer. So far not terrible. I was gonna say not great because I saw the red, but there is more green down here than there is red. So that's going reasonably well. Still working on salvaging those things. The Wolverine is finished being customized. I don't recall, actually. Did I paint mechs on the mech before it was mothballed? Since that was your backup ride, I'm thinking probably not. Because I mean, that's the whole point, is that you're marking what you've killed in that chassis, right? I may be mistaken, but like if a fighter pilot were to get shot down, he wouldn't transfer his kills over to his new plane, would he? That's kind of how I'm envisioning this. I may be wrong. I don't know for sure. Everything I know about the Air Force, I learned from Top Gun, which was about the Navy. So that tells you how much I know. I was trying to decide if I had killed that in a mech or just killed in general. Oh, kills are per pilot? Okay, well then, yeah, I guess since that is not going to be anyone else's mech besides yours, then yeah, you probably did go ahead and mark your, what, 50 some odd kills on the mech before it went into mothballs. Skill level roll. We want Mech Warriors, and we want Fred Jones, our elite. That was 35 missions, 52 kills. So yeah, that's quite a number of silhouettes. He spent all night staying up with a paintbrush and a pint of paint, quart of paint. Oh, you supervised. I see. Um, um, actually, let me check on something. That was standard camouflage Akira Urban. Standard camouflage Akira Urban. There we go. Now it is no one else's mech but yours. The paint scheme even matches. So yeah, that is no one's ride but yours. It has your mech kills on it, all 52 of them. Well, those aren't all mechs. Some of them are tanks. There might even be a VTOL or two, maybe some infantry. But yeah, your 52 kills are definitely marked on the new ride. Meanwhile, I was also checking on the Wolverine, which is a medium 55 6M Mark II. It has just shy of maximum armor. It has double heat sinks, large laser, 3 mediums, and an SRM-6 with 1 ton of ammo. 24, so that's 17, 21, 26 total heat it can possibly build up in 1 turn, and that's if it jumps maximum. So very nearly heat neutral, with well over 20 points of damage output at anything less than 9 hexes, and a large laser outside of 9 hexes. I would say that's not bad for a 55 tonner. I don't plan on replacing the Cronus with it, but there was there's a 6R Mark II in the mix, which has an autocannon 5. So it would be... I consider moving from an autocannon 5 to a large laser to be an upground, to be an upgrade, excuse me. It does more damage, it has almost the same range, it has no minimum. The only difference is that it has way more heat. This mech needs the autocannon 5 because it has single heat sinks, but I think we're going to go ahead and move Vernita into the 6M Mark II. That's what it was called, right? Yes. There it is. The 6R. We're going to unassign crew. Actually, did I just unassign the tech? I did just unassign the tech. That was Oh goodness. We give that to Susan, I guess. Actually, no, we're gonna mothball that sucker. And that'll be Shadha. We'll go ahead and mothball that. We'll go ahead and assign person here. That was Vernita. We'll remove this from the TONE and we will add Vernita. Alright, back where she was as the senior grade lieutenant. With Hopping Jack, melee specialist, multitasker, and small pilot, which is perfect for a Wolverine. Yeah, she's gonna be kind of a badass, I feel like. McGorilla, hey, how's it going? Would be interesting if you could run some of these designs through DFA Wargaming's Battlytics engine. Yeah, that would be really interesting. I wonder if that's something that I could. Is that something that lets you do? I feel like that's like a process that they go through for each design that they choose to do it through. I know that they have a like a not a spreadsheet, but they have like a list of mechs that they've done the Battlytics treatment to. I don't know if they would let me just upload my own design and do that. Is that a thing that they allow? Because, yeah, that would be really cool to watch a Battlytics like versus between the 6M and the 6R. That would definitely be something that I would be interested in checking out if it's a possibility. Not that you've seen. Yeah, I'm likewise not a Patreon member. Although, I mean, considering I probably should be. I'm a big fan of their battle reports, especially their classic BattleTech battle reports, which they haven't done much of lately. I do think they've got some really interesting house rules that can be adapted to my house. Not that I've played with them, but I've watched enough of it that I feel like it would be, if I could get an opponent on board that was willing to play with their house rules as far as like the pilot die. And I understand they have different modifiers for the range brackets. Instead of 024, it's 012, which I think is pretty cool. Definitely makes long range shots a little easier. You know, I like to play with extreme range brackets just so that you can get that engagement further out. So I wonder if that would be a 1, 2, 3 range bracket. I don't know. I don't have the opportunity to play enough actual tabletop to say what my opponent would be willing to play as far as optional rules. So yeah. Mothballed the 6R, we've got the 6M all set up. Nice. No, let me just double check the briefing room. There's nothing coming up here. Let's double check the infirmary. Okay, so Maru. Actually, can we shift click this? We can, yes, that makes it so much easier. We'll have Dr. Chocolates do as many patients as she can. We'll have Elsa do the last one. And Dr. Chocolates only needs 2 more XP before she can get an edge, which is really what we're looking at as far as her next advancement. We do have a green tech that could be salvaging this armor on a 5. Let's go ahead and do that. Why not? Moving on to Tuesday. Let's see, our transgressor got its maintenance done. Looks pretty good. mostly good. Avionics, fusion engine, saber. Two different sabers, 105 and 107. We did get the armor off the Lightning. She gained an XP. Actually, she's 3 XP from being a regular aerospace tech, which is gonna be an accomplishment, actually. Wolverine is mothballed. Grasshopper's gonna be another 15,000 minutes. Moving on to Wednesday. Avionics, engine, sensors salvaged. Okay. What else can we have our green text doing? Not the medium lasers, because those are all on 7s. Not the engine on an 8, not the fire control, not the life support. We could do the aero heat sinks. And you know what, we might as well, since those are only 5s. We can have Radmilla start on the sensors. That's going to be quite the project. Can we do anything else on a 5? Sensors on a 5, sure, why not? The landing is going to be a while. The heat sinks, we can get started on those at some point eventually. And yeah, the sabers that we're currently dismantling have just fallen in grade from D to E. Or the saber and the lightning, I should say. The Stalker 3F just went from C to B, which is very nice. I like to see all these A's. Still see some D's and some E's, but overall it's a B, which makes me happy. Saber 105 is declining in quality. Lightning 106 is also not being maintained. 107 and 108, yeah, to be expected. That's just going to make some things more difficult. Scavenger mech, aka salvage mech. Wow, looking very nice. Lots of green on that one. Grasshopper's going to be another 29 or so days, I think. New Avalon, more Centurions on the way. An agreement between Korean Enterprises and Jalistar Aerospace has recently gone public for the production of Centurion battle mechs. This agreement has both companies increasing their production lines, ensuring that many more of the medium mechs will be produced in the future. Current pilots will have to be excited as parts for their older models were becoming more and more difficult to find as the machines were lost. Okay, so I wonder if there's going to be a Centurion in the unit market in the near future. We got the sensors off of the Lightning. What else can we do there? 11s, no thank you. We've got 5s and 6s. We'll go ahead and knock out a 5 and a 6 with a 6 and a 7. Gain some XP, very nice. Moving on to Saturday with unmaintained units as usual. Avionics fusion engine sensors being worked on, Grasshopper refit being worked on, and we've got a green aerotech with full time. We'll go ahead and salvage a heat sink. These are all 7 and above, so I'm not working on that. Those are all 7 and above, so I'm not even gonna try. Let's see, those avionics are gonna be how much longer? 16,970, 16,715. So 970 to 715, that's 275 minutes a day being worked on. So that's gonna be 16,000 times 5, because 200 minutes roughly. Yeah, that's gonna be like a month before those avionics are done. What else were we working on? Fusion engine and the sensors. Those might both be done by tomorrow. Moving on to a Monday. No. What was that? 475 down to 400, so that's going to be several more days. So no new battles coming up for today. We've got no exploring to do. All of our people are at home base. So this is turning out to be kind of a boring month, actually. Failed to get the sensors off on a 6. What can we do with 80 minutes a day? We could start on a medium laser. Sure, why not? On an 8. Worst case scenario, we sell a medium laser. Have you got reduced time for some aerospace repairs option turned on? I don't believe so. Is that under campaign options? Is that under repair and maintenance? I'm not seeing anything about aerospace in the options. You can always advance to the start of the next week if needed. One that says proposed errata. Damage, destroy aero system parts by number of hits taken. Okay. Changes repair replacement time and difficulty of aero large and small craft systems. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and turn on the proposed errata. Does that change anything immediately? Avionics is 0 minutes left. Aerospace sensor 560 minutes, engine 325. Avionics 2400, fire control 2400, life support 720. Okay, so yeah, those are definitely much shorter repair times versus, what was it, like 16,000 minutes? Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and do that, just because 16,000 minutes is a little unreasonable, in my opinion. The Marauder 5A maintenance, oh, that is what I like to see. I like to see a lot of green, I like to see a lot of A's and B's. Salvage the avionics off the Saber. Still working on the engine, the sensors, and the medium laser. Because we're only working on that 80 minutes a day. Grasshopper, 11,000 minutes left. So let's see. Saber 105 can now be sold. Sell unit for 62,000 C-bills. What's left of it at any rate. We've got a regular tech now who is free. We've got 6s, 5s, 6s, and 9s. The landing gear I'm less worried about. Let's see if we can get this autocannon 20 going. Let's see. Going into Thursday, maintenance on the Archer. Trending upwards. Love to see it. We did get the autocannon 20 off of the Lightning. We did get the sensors off the Saber. Let's see, avionics on an 8 or on a 6. We'll go ahead and do that on a 6. Fire control system, life support. Life support on a 6. We'll go ahead and try that just for the XP. And yeah, I know I could be advancing by the week, but I prefer to micromanage the repairs. And keep an eye on like maintenance and everything. So the Orion, I'm seeing some A's and B's. I'm not seeing any. Well, I see one E. Got that out of the corner of my eye. On the armor, so that's not a good place to have an E. Personnel carrier trending upwards, still not great. We got the life support and the medium laser off the saber and the lightning. The grasshopper is going to be another 10,000 minutes. Fire control system, we can have that on an 8. I think I'll hold off on that for a minute. 8s and 7s, 11s, not great. 7s, 8s, and 7s. Yeah, we'll try it for the XP. We don't need the parts. And they're not worth a whole heck of a lot. Medium lasers are nice to have, but we can always order more. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm liking this this option. Makes things go a lot quicker. Going into Saturday. Everything is work in progress. Maintenance on the rifleman 4N. Wait a minute. Is the 4N? I don't remember. Is the 4N my custom version or is that 5N? Rifleman 4N? Yeah, that's the double heatsink version. So yeah. Rifleman actually has not seen much action lately. It's in Mariana Lance, which I guess I can't remember the last time Mariana Lance had a mission. Moving on to the 19th, which is a Sunday. Failed to get the medium laser off, did get the fusion engine out. Fire control system, we'll go ahead and get started on that on a 6. Still gonna be a while, even with that option turned on. Saracen and the Vedette, I'm not super worried about those unless I see them in red. APC, and the Blackjack. The Blackjack is, I see, moving up. We've still got an E here on the jump jet. That's really unusual. We got a D on the armor. Everything else looks to be C or above, which is nice. The avionics and the fire control system are still being in work in progress. That's 2 of our techs. We should have 4 working. Okay, so we've got just the green techs available. We'll go ahead and try to take off that medium laser and fail. We're going to try that medium laser and hopefully not fail at that on a 7. The Atlas maintenance trending upwards, although the double heat sink trended downwards. We can always replace and repair. I mean, we'll repair the double heat sink until it becomes irreparable, and then we'll replace it. At that point, we'll have gained some XP from it, if nothing else. The Sabakukaze trending downwards because of partial maintenance. And also I notice not time multiple. Where is the Sabakukaze? That is a tank. That is medium. I want to set the extra time at least ×3, and that's Lori Shuai. Where's my mechanics there? Lori Shuai. Needs to pass off some of that maintenance to Crank Sub. Alright, so that's down to 375 for Lori, and we're at 150 for Quang Sub. We've still got a green tech that we can not on an 8. Definitely not on an 8. Those are being worked on. We've got an 8, we've got a 7 here. Can we get a 7? We can get a 7. Wasn't worth an XP, but they can't all be. Radmilla failed to salvage the medium laser off the lightning. Long Tom trending upwards, like to see it. Let's see. Still got 2 green arrow techs. We'll have one of them work on this medium laser and get it just barely on a 7. And I think we'll have that same tech with full-time work on this engine. And we'll try that medium laser on a 7, sure. Again, worst case scenario, we sell the medium laser with the busted chassis of the fighter. The grasshopper is down to less than 7,000 minutes remaining. Avionics fire control medium laser work in progress. Let me cancel that real quick. Yeah, because we've got a green tech here that we were going to salvage this an engine with the 7. It was a 7, an engine, right? Yeah, it was this engine. And we can do that in 3 days. Now we can advance the day. Those are all works in progress. The grasshopper will be done in 6,000 and change. Moving on to a Sunday. AFFC stands up new regimental combat team. The 11th FedCom RCT was officially activated late last month on Sky, with Hauptmann General Amos Harrington as the commanding officer. Military public relations personnel have been fighting a battle themselves as severe, more extreme media outlets have called the formation of this unit a ploy to maintain control over a rebellious Combine population. With the rebellion of 3034 still fresh in the minds of many, this unit will have its work cut out with riots and garrison missions throughout the region. That sounds familiar. 3034 was 13 years ago. I feel like we've had that news blurb pop up within the last few weeks. I don't remember if that was something that I saw when I was reviewing this week's episode or last week when I was reviewing the weeks before episode, but I definitely remember calculating the number of years between 3034 and the present. Are there any dependents that can be pushed into tech or admin roles? I don't think so. I think our dependents, actually, yeah. Bernard Gunther, who has 5 XP, could become an administrator. Although we do have 4 of each type of administrator. And honestly, our holdup right now with the techs, we're trying to hold on to the MekHQ rules, which states that you can only have 12 plus 6 per point of leadership of any given MOS. And we're currently in excess of that formula's rating for how many mech techs we're allowed to have based on our leader's leadership. So we're holding off on adding anyone to the mech tech list. I suppose I could make him an aero tech. We could use more aero techs, but he would be super green at that. Yeah, you know what? We might as well. We'll go ahead and spend XP on new skills. And that'll be tech arrow. And that'll be tech arrow again. We will change his primary role to tech arrow. And now maybe we can get a little something else extra done. Doesn't look like it. Not yet. Okay, we've got 6s on these medium lasers. We might as well saw 6. And it wasn't on the engine. Dang. Am I tripping? I thought I saw a 6. Okay, you can start on that medium laser on a 6. Alright. Yeah. So yeah, we were able to do that. Moving on to Monday the 27th. We've got the personnel market has finally updated. We've got autocannon 20 field gunners. Remind me, what field gunners do we have? We've got heavy field gunners. We've got 20, 20, 10, 10, 10. And we've got 10, 5, 5, 5, 5, 2. So that's 6 plus 5 is 11. If we added one, we could. Yeah, we could add a medium field gunners. Yeah, let's go ahead and hire these guys. Go ahead and do a full company of field gunners. We're looking for the highest ranking field gunner. We're gonna make you into a sergeant. Go ahead and sort these by role or by unit. Hold control and click here, and we can turn these guys into privates. We will add a new force. That'll be, I guess, medium field gunners, field funners. Let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, we can't drag it from there, but we can take a 10 from there and take a 10 from there, 5 from there. Obada Mazin, let's go to you and turn you into a sergeant. You're green. How are you the leader of that unit? 82. Okay, so now we've got a sergeant in that unit. Also, how do we have a field gunners as an ID unit 2? Didn't we start with 12 max? What? Oh, that must have been the first thing we hired after we lost Murdoch. So we can change our force icon here. We can change that to regular lance, not an augmented lance, since we're down to 4 units there. Same thing over here. We can change the force icon to a non-augmented lance. We'll go ahead and call him a lance, even though there's only 3 of them. Let's see, that was infantry. We're looking for a big ol' X. And so many icons. Okay, infantry. And we want, what color background is that? I think that's Hell's Horses. What about StratOps Mechanic? StratOps Mechanic. I'm not sure I follow. I'm not sure what StratOps rules are available for mechanics. Going to repair and maintenance. I don't see anything that specifies StratOps. I assume you'll find it in StratOps. Don't worry about mechanic cut paste issue. Okay. So what about StratOps that's not about mechanics? I don't follow. Anyway, now we've got heavy field gunners, which is 2020 1010. We've got medium field gunners, which is 10-10-5, and we've got light field gunners, which is 5-5-5-2. I kind of like that setup. And now we've got a full company of field gunners, so we can change this force icon. Formation is now going to be company. Oh, the infantry icon, you can find it in the StratOps section. I like the simple X. Excuse me. It might be because that's what my dad used, but he was very much on the more iconographic and less ideographic, I guess, icons for the forces, and so that's kind of what I feel is right. But I kind of want to see what you're talking about. Is that under types? Infantry, is this the one you're talking about? No, I'd prefer just the plain X. I feel like that's more clearly indicative of what it is, provided that you're familiar with the nomenclature. Go to StratOps. StratOps. Most of the StratOps ones are similar to NATO. So yeah, we've got aerospace left, aerospace right, aerospace, airships, assault, battle armor extended, battle armor, battle mech bottom, battle mech recon, center fire support left line, infantry xenoplanetary. Interesting. Simple cross is usually foot infantry. Yeah, but I feel like it's the closest thing you've got to field gunners that I'm aware of. I mean, they're not motorized, they're not mechanized, they're not combined arms, really, I don't think. They might be considered anti-tank. I don't know. I just prefer the simple cross. It's easier for me to remember, I guess. If the field gunners are mechanized, then there should also have an oval. Not to change the subject, but we've got tank attachment here that I've just got a picture of a tank for. We'll go vehicle tracked for that one. There we go. Even though some of them are probably hover tanks, yes, like the Sabakukaze, the Saracen, and the Pegasus. We're just going to call that a tracked tank detachment. All field gunners are motorized or mechanized. Okay, well... Infantry, maintenance, medical, naval, recon, signal. And we could go combined arms. That's what, combined maneuver arms. Stratops. I'm not seeing mechanized or motorized here. Not seeing mechanized or motorized here, except as like a mixed vehicle. Yeah, I'm not seeing mechanized or motorized on here, unless it's like an adjustment. Oh, mechanized, motorized. I mean... We'll do mechanized, infantry, if we can find it again. Alright, there. Are we happy? What's in the adjustments tab? That's gonna be air mobile, artillery, missile, artillery, multiple missile, artillery, command and control, drone, converted and military drone carrier, mechanized, motorized, mountaineer, paratrooper. Yeah, we're going... Alright, we're gonna go with the adjustment, mechanized, for our infantry, for our field gunners. Okay, so now our field gunners are straight as far as their unit icon. Let me go ahead and save this so that I don't lose anything. Okay, so personnel market, we did add personnel. Maintenance on Hosers Ride, ID 22. I'm seeing green and I'm not seeing red, and that makes me happy. Quick draw, I'm seeing green and not red. Jabberwocky. And the archer. And the long tom. Okay, so things are looking pretty good on the maintenance front. APC and the Pegasus, I'm not too worried about checking individually. Fire control on the Saber and the medium laser on the Lightning are works in progress. The Grasshopper is going to be another 10 to 12 days. New scenario assassinate will occur in 2 days. Interesting. That was the last kind of mission we had last time. We added a bunch of people to the personnel roster. We changed some stuff. Alright, let's check out this mission. So we've got allied forces in the form of a centurion, or 2 centurions, an A and an AL, and a drillson and a vedette. We've got a house officer and a Valkyrie. That's unfortunate. Got enemy op 4. That takes up pretty much the whole page. That's a Griffin, a Grand Dragon, a Warhammer, a regular dragon. So 4 mechs and a bunch of tanks. And our designated target is a bulldog. And the enemy hot drop has another 4,000 points. A guillotine, an LRM carrier, an SRM carrier, and a rifleman. How is that only 4,000 points? The guillotine and the rifleman alone should be close to 4,000 points. How do they also get an LRM and an SRM carrier in there? So 13.5 plus 5 is 14, plus 4 is 18. We've got 4,000 in allies, so we need like 14,000 points. Do we have hostile force detected? Deployment date is the 28th, so we don't have to deploy until tomorrow. Actually, I think technically we don't have to deploy until the day after, but advance the day. Oh, Cronus Mark II is up to B. Nice. And we got the medium laser off to lightning. Let's go ahead and continue that action. We got a 6. We've got a 5. We'll take the 5. Alright, so as far as what lance to send on this mission, we need... I don't know if 11,000 points is going to be enough. Considering they're bringing 18,000 points and change. We might have to bring 2 lances. So if we did bring 2 lances, I'm leaning towards Mariana and Galatea, because that's 10 and 8 is 18. That should be about equal to what the enemy is bringing, minus what we've got in reinforcements. Tonga Lance does have all of the PCs, and it is only 600 points more than Mariana. But I also want to bring Mariana because Petra needs XP so that we can pull up, you know, a recon lance or something. We've also got Fred French and Earl Sinclair in this lance. I'm thinking Mariana and Galatea for this battle. Almost an hour into the stream already, and we're just getting into the first battle. Unresolved contacts. Okay, cancel. Got 2 victory points, so that's gonna be Mariana. And Galatea. Not Tonga, right? Right. We're leaving Tonga behind because that seems a little excessive. Also, Tonga got the last mission. And that brings us down to 1 victory point, which should be fine. That still gives us our victory point count above 0. Also mentioned earlier, Mariana hasn't been deployed in a while. Yeah, it really hasn't. I can't even remember the last time we had the Birdhouse, the Wyvern Archer. We've got the Wolverine 6M Mark II in the rotation now. We've got Random Guy and the Rifleman. So that should be Let's see, the Marauder 5A, the Orion, the Quick Draw, and the Warhammer. Those have been deployed more recently than Mariana lands. So yeah, alright, let's go ahead and we'll advance the day. Unmaintained units, yes we know. Scenario, assassinate is today. Deploy a force from your TO&E, which we already have. We've got 9 units deployed. We've got Mariana as the primary and Galatea as, I assume, the secondary. Destroy the designated target, which was the Bulldog with the 6/6 pilot. To compensate for the presence of a large opposing force, allied units will be working alongside us on this operation. House commanding officer will deploy, and that's in a Valkyrie, which is part of the reason that I really want. Okay, we've got the quick draw. And we've got the Wolverine. Those are the only ones that are going to be able to keep up with that Valkyrie. Oh, no, we're not advancing the day. No, we are starting the game. Alright. Can you guys give me just 1 minute before we get into the thick of things? Oh, Lord. That is so much Op 4. Alright, so we've got Banshee piloted by Petra. We've got the Atlas piloted by Carl Sinclair. We've got the Orion by Leonard Limerick. We've got the Quick Draw by Zero Chu. We've got the Marauder by Tentacle Shogun. We've got the Warhammer by Scarconi. We've got the Wolverine by Fernida. We've got the Wyvern piloted by Wyvern. We've got the Rifleman piloted by Jarvik. We also have a 3/5 and a Centurion AL, which has a large laser. We've got a 4/4 piloting a Centurion 9A, which has the autocannon 10. We've got a 4/5, 4/5 with Eagle's Eyes, piloting the Drillson, which has a large laser, and 6 SRM2s. We've got a 4/6 piloting a Vedette. I'll go ahead and give you guys a minute to review what we've got as far as Op 4. While I take a quick bio break, I will be back in just 1 moment. Give me just a second, guys. Thank you. Alright, thank you for your patience. I do appreciate that and your consideration and all that. So that said, you guys have had a chance to look at this more than I have. So we've got a Grand Dragon with a 4/4 That's the PPC dragon for 1430 points. We've got a Warhammer 6R with a 4/6 pilot. Maybe we can knock him down. We've got a Griffin 1N. Pack Rat has oblique artilleryman. Not worried about that. 3-foot platoons, flamer, machine gun, and SRM. 2 of which are embarked on Pack Rats, number 96 and 91. And I did not even begin to look at the conditions for this battle. I mean, obviously we have to destroy the designated target or disable it while routing any escorts. House officer needs to be kept alive. Enemy hot drop. Enemy dropship has been detected in the area. Telemetry indicates it's at least partially loaded. Expect additional hostile units to be deployed via airdrop. And this is heavy urban town concrete, 55 by 45, daylight clear, light gale with 1 reroll. Do we want to reroll the light gale? We've got the Banshee has an SRM-6, the Alice has LRMs and SRMs, the Orion has LRMs and SRMs, the Ash has an SRM, Marauder has SRMs, 6ML is an energy boat, the Wolverine has SRMs, the Wyvern has SRMs. What is the map looking like? The map is not looking terrible. Come on, dang it. There we go. We're deploying in the southeast. Our allies are deploying in the southeast. Designated target. Let's go ahead and turn you red. Color camo, red. Alright, that is this bulldog. Is our designated target. Guillotine is a threat. SRM carrier is a threat. LRM carrier, strangely not a threat. Maybe because it's a 4/7. I don't know. Grand Dragon is a threat. Warhammer is a threat. Griffin is a threat. Manticore and the other dragon. Let's see. We've got 1 reroll. We do, right? We still have a reroll. I didn't make that up. Yeah, well, we still got a reroll. Not planetary. I'm looking at generated map. So I know town is at the bottom of the list, but I feel like in the terms of re-rolling, shifting it 1 spot goes from town to none. How do we feel about that? I think we like that. I think we like that very much, especially for a clear, calm daylight kind of mission, where our objective is to destroy a single particular mech or tank. Yeah. Wait. Okay, so we've got a Vedette, a Drillson, a Centurion, and a Valkyrie already deployed. We've got a Grand Dragon, a Vedette, and a Skulker already deployed on the enemy side. Oof. Looks like this is gonna be a pretty rapid advancement point. Yeah, let's go ahead and put random guy there. We'll put Petra behind him. Can we put Wyvern and the Rifleman here? That sends us up this way, which is nice and clear as well. And then for the Wolverine, go ahead and deploy there. We'll cut through this woods and maybe up north here, or maybe up north here. Under advanced options, town has a percentage. Yeah, but the way that I work the rerolls doesn't really allow for the advanced options. I mean, I understand that you can really tweak some settings under the advanced options. You can go really specific if you want. 23 of 23 units remaining. Good lord. They're not all appearing on the map so far. Okay, well there's our target. That's our bulldog. How funny would it be if all of our allied hover tanks like made it out into the battle before we didn't destroy the bulldog, before we even really need to engage the bad guys? That would be funny. Wow, there are so many of them. And I feel like Vernita here is kind of out of position, although maybe we'll get some good flanking shots because she is really maneuverable. Packrat, reckless driving on pavement, needs a 3, gets a 6, so that works. Those hovercraft are fast. You're talking about which hovercraft? The Maxim, the Saladin? The Drillson's pretty quick, yeah. Let's see, we've got a 15 on the Griffin with the LBX. We've got a 15 with the LRMs. That's not going to happen yet. Archer has no one in range. Rifleman. Go ahead and shift these guys. No one in range yet. Banshee with the PPCs and the LBX. No one in line of sight yet. And the Wolverine with the large laser. No one in sight yet. Everyone's at 0 heat, staying cool. Push them into the trees. They won't be so fast after that. I don't think you can push a vehicle. I think you can only push a mech. I may be wrong. We've one initiative going into round 2. Yeah, some of those other craft are really getting out there pretty quickly. Go ahead. Wolverine needs to get up as quick as possible. I'm thinking maybe here. It's only 6 hexes this turn, but it'll be 8 next turn. Let's see, the Rifleman and Wyvern need to actually maybe be sprinting. I want to take out the Saladin before it can get too close. It's still out of range. Might as well sprint. Let's see, Wyvern, might as well sprint. You're a short range combatant. Yeah, long range we could make that work. Especially against the Saladin. With an LBX. Yeah, I like those odds. And then Petra with the PPC, that's going to be extreme range against the Saladin, but we've got the Pack Rats at medium range. Oh, okay, so we're already exchanging fire between the Pack Rat and the Centurion. We've got the Harasser on 11s, and that's going to be the best shot we've got, I think. Is that a hover? That is hover, yes. So we'll go ahead and take a shot at that on a 10. Well, might as well start with the 11. Start with the other 11, and then go into the 10. Not that I'm expecting any of those to hit, but you never know. You never know. Oh, dang it. I was going to shoot at the Saladin, but I guess I didn't have that good a shot. We've got 11s on the Harasser. We'll go ahead and take those. We'll take a 10 with the AC cluster. Let's see. Wyvern has no one in range. Yarvik on the Pack Rat on... Oh, Yarvik sprinted. Never mind. We've got a 15 on the Maxim. That's not going to happen either. Alright, the Vedette missing... Our allied Vedette missing the enemy flip platoon on a 10. The Pack Rat, enemy Pack Rat on the friendly Centurion missing on a 12. Allied Centurion at the foot platoon missing on 10s and 8s. Dang, you had 8s already? How did that happen? Allied Centurion at the foot platoon on a 12 with some LRMs and missing. Atlas at the Harasser, hitting with all 10 pellets from the LBX. Costing it 1 movement point, costing it half of its movement points, hitting the sensors and injuring the driver and leaving it with 1 flipping structure on the front. So the Harasser is just almost dead. The Banshee missing on 11s and 10s, the Griffin missing on a 12, and the Valkyrie missing on a 9. Everyone's cool except the Centurion 9A, which is at 2 heat. We've lost initiative, or we won initiative, excuse me, going into round, whatever round this is. Oof, there are so many of them. Alright, let's get our Wolverine up into action. Let's get our Rifleman Rifleman has a shot on the Saladin, I guess, sort of. Let's see, our Archer can even by sprinting cannot get anyone into close enough range. So we'll go ahead and sprint. Alright, so we got random guy in the Atlas. Excuse me, Earl Sinclair in the Atlas. We've got shots on the foot platoons. We've got shots on the pack rat. We've got LOS. There's a lot of woods in between, but we'll see how that goes. Petra with the PPCs. Gonna back up. That's gonna be medium range, isn't it? Yeah. Let's go ahead and stand still. That gives us short range on both pack rats. We'll start with Petra and the Banshee. We've got a pack rat on 5s. Got a pack rat on 6s. We'll take the 5s. We'll go AC ammo because a 5 is almost guaranteed. We'll go with a couple of 7s. Actually, we'll back off one of the medium lasers. We'll go with the SRM-6, which puts us at 4 heat and hopefully is enough to kill that pack rat. Random guy at the harasser on a 7. And they are really clustered up all up in this area. They're gonna be able to concentrate fire really well, I feel like. We got 4s on the foot platoon, which is already being targeted by the Centurion, the Vedette, and the Valkyrie. We've got 7s on the harasser. Now the harasser is a hover vehicle, so it shouldn't take much to take it out as far as mobility. So we'll go with the 8 and some 10s. And 8. We'll skip the SRM and we'll go with the LBX for 2 heat. Really like concentrated fire when we were doing it? Yeah, but when they're doing it, it's not so great. We've got the Griffin, the Grand Dragon, and the Warhammer all taking shots on... Wait. The Griffin, the Grand Dragon, and the Bulldog all taking shots on our friendly Centurion. We've got the Foot Platoon and the Warhammer taking shots on Random Guy. As well as this Foot Platoon. I think so far we're pulling ahead, but ever so slightly. It's still really early to say. Attacker sprinted, so we're not going to be able to get any shots off. We've got the pack rat on 10s, or we've got the foot platoon on 7s. Well, I mean, there's no reason not to fire on the foot platoon. They're out in the open. And 7s are a lot better than 10s. We'll keep the mediums silent on an 11 for now. And we've got the Wolverine on the Maxim on 10s. We'll take all of those because we're not worried about overheating. Foot platoon firing its SRM heavy one shot launchers at the Atlas, hitting for 4 damage to the center torso and left arm. The Vedette missing the foot platoon. The Pack Rat missing the Atlas on a 7. The Drillson at the foot platoon missing on 9s and 11s. The Bulldog missing the Centurion on 11s. Wait, our friendly... Oh no, the enemy Bulldog has a pair of autocannon 2s. And it sucks to be him. If I wasn't a Bulldog, I'd want more than a pair of autocannon 2s. Allied Centurion at the Pack Rat. Hitting with a medium laser, costing it 1 movement point. Centurion missing on 11s and 9s. The Valkyrie missing on a 9. The Warhammer missing our Atlas on 12s. Our Banshee hitting the Pack Rat in the left side with PPCs. Enough to destroy it. Yeah, Pack Rat down. The Griffin missing the Centurion with the LRMs on 12s. The Atlas at the Harasser, landing a large laser on its right side and destroying it. Manticore missing on 12s. The Rifleman at the foot platoon hitting him with a large laser, killing 2 guys. And an autocannon 5 killing 2 more, down to 10 guys. The Maxim missing on 11s and 10s. The Wolverine landing a medium laser on the Maxim to the front, down to 15 armor there. Let's see, the Atlas is at 2 heat, the Banshee is at 4. Our allied Centurion is at 4. The enemy Warhammer is at 4 heat. We're at 99.93. The primary outfor is down to 94.38. So we've already put quite the hurting on them. Let's see, let's start with, shall we say, the... Ooh. Do we want to go with the Wolverine first, or do we want to respond to the Saladin and the Maxim over here? I think we do. Who have we got over here? We've got Yarvik and the Rifleman. We're going to run forward 6 hexes. We've got Wyvern and the Archer. We're going to move forward 6 hexes there as well. Random guy. And move forward 5 hexes because Forest Ranger allows them to move through light woods for no extra cost. That's going to put us in range of quite a lot of things. Petra is going to, I think, walk forward since she's got the long range firepower. And the Saladin and the Maxim still have not gone. So the Wolverine... I don't know what I'm going to do with the Wolverine. I do not want to end this turn in front of the Saladin, but he is so much faster than me. 8-12. And the best we can do is try to be as evasive as possible, which I think we can do by going here. We need a 3 for running and turning on pavement. No snake eyes, no whammy. Thank you. I saw the Saladin move, but oh, that does not look good. That's in our left flank. Needed a 3, got a 6. The Drillson needed a 5, got a 9. The Drillson needed a 5, got a 5. That's the same Drillson, flanking and turning twice. Saladin side slips 2 hexes into hex 1727. So he is not actually where he wanted to end up. Can we maybe... Oh, we don't have anything in our left arm. We can't shoot him with a flipping thing. That is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. We do have the maximum on 8s and 10s, so we'll go ahead and take all of that. Let's see. The Banshee is our next biggest guns. We've got a pack rat over here. Sorry, I was hitting caps lock instead of shift to try to torso twist. So we've got a 6 with that PPC. Unfortunately, we don't have anything else except for these foot platoons. Everyone else is out of sight. Yeah, we'll just take the 1 PPC shot, I guess. We've got the Griffin on 10s and 11s, presumably. Yeah, it's not worth going crit hunting at this point. We'll go for the 11s. We'll skip the 13s. We'll take an 11 with the LRMs. That's about it. Wyvern with the SRMs. We've got the Grand Dragon on 8s. 8s is not bad. We've got the Dragon on 8s. We've got the Griffin on 8s. Yeah, we'll go for the Grand Dragon. Well, the Grand Dragon has low profile. The Griffin does not. We might want to hold off on the Grand Dragon until we've got a better shot. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go up to 4 heat against the Griffin, firing everything. We've got 12s on the Griffin. We'll take those 2 shots, but we'll hold off on the autocannon. Well, we're still pretty full on ammo. No, I think we're going to hold off. I hate seeing heat sinks go to waste, and I hate autocannons to remain silent. Autocannons are, especially 5s, are the best damage to heat ratio. So I really like to fire autocannon 5s every chance I get. 5-to-1 is just ridiculous, but not on 12s. Not when we've only got 20 shots for 2 of them. Let's see, our Wolverine 6M landed 5 SRMs on the Maxim, immediately immobilizing it, locking the turret, and costing it movement points. The full platoon, 1 shot, firing SRMs at the Alice, hits it for 2 to the left leg. Foot platoon 104, firing its machine gun portables at our Drillson, hitting it in the left side for 3. Our Banshee hitting the pack rat in the front for 10 and immobilizing it. Okay, so that PPC was definitely worth firing. Saladin missing the Wolverine on an 11, thank goodness. The Vedette missing the Archer on a 12. The Archer, or the Atlas at the Griffin missing on 11s. The Archer at the Griffin on 8s, landing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hitting it in the head. 10, 11, 12, 16, 19. 19 SRMs on the Griffin, so that's a total of 38. That's enough for a +1 mod on its piloting skill check, but not enough for a +2. Not quite, short by 1 SRM. Down to 12 armor on the center torso. Down to 10 armor on the left arm. Other than that, just splashing around. Rifleman missing on 12s, the Vedette missing on an 11, the Pack Rat missing on a 12, the Vedette missing on an 8, the Scorpion missing on a 12, the Skulker hitting our Archer in the center torso with a medium laser on a 9, the Drillson, our friendly Drillson at the foot platoon, landing a large laser, killing 2 guys, landing 4 SRMs, killing 4 more guys. Machine gun, killing 16 guys, so that is a foot platoon down by the Drillson. Warhammer missing the Wyvern on an 11 with his PPC, the Griffin missing the Archer on 8s and 9s, the Centurion missing on 10s, the Grand Dragon missing, hitting our Wyvern in the right leg with a PPC. And then the Dragon landing an autocannon 5 to the left torso of our Archer. Man, Princess really loves taking out those Archers. Either that or I'm just way too aggressive with them. The Centurion missing on 11s and 9s, the Manticore missing on 11s, the Hunter missing on a 12, the Valkyrie missing on 9s, the LRM carrier missing on 12s, the Maxim missing on 11s. Wyvern needs a 4 to stay standing, gets a 12. Griffin needs an 8 to stay standing, gets a 2. Falls on his left arm for 5 and his right torso for 1. Needs an 8 to avoid damage, gets a 10. Centurion tries to kick the foot platoon and misses, but does not fall down. Wyvern is at 4 heat. Our Centurion is at 2 heat. The Centurion A, that is. The Griffin is at 4. The Grand Dragon is at 7. We've won initiative going into round 5. We're at 99.4%. Our allies are at 99.7. Primary outfor is at 88.8. It looks like we've won initiative, so it looks like everyone is going before us. Really want to wait for that Saladin to go before I move this Wolverine. That autocannon 20 is just too scary. And have Petra move forward into these woods. Nice line of fire. Random guy can move up on this Vedette, I suppose. Just needs a 4 to stay standing for running and turning on pavement. Nice, made it. Saladin still hasn't moved. Skulker still hasn't moved. We will advance and engage with Yarvik on the Skulker. Wyvern, go ahead and advance on the Griffin at a walking pace. Nice. We're gonna mess him up, son. Alright, where did the Saladin go? The Saladin is over here now. It's gonna be medium range for everything, and that's gonna be a back shot on Wyvern. Oh, this could be very bad. There's a Saladin behind Wyvern. That's an autocannon 20 on rear shots. What does he need? He needs a 7. Ouch. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so bad. We don't even have more than 10 points of armor on our rear. If he hits, that is going internal. If he hits, that is gonna hurt so bad, and he only needs a 7. That's a 58% success rate. We need 11s to hit him, but we're gonna take every chance we get. Starting with the Banshee, we've got, okay, the Valkyrie is firing at the Pack Rat. We've got the Vedette firing at the Manticore. We've got the Drillson firing at the foot platoon. Drillsons have machine guns, so that should be adequate. We've got 9s on the Galleon. We've got 9s on the Vedette. We've got 8s on the Manticore. We might as well take that. Hopefully one of those hits. At least one, maybe 2 if we're lucky. That's what, like a 42% chance on 8s. 42% of 3 chances is 1.2, so maybe we get lucky. We got some 12s on the medium lasers. We are not firing enough medium lasers to go up to +4. For sure. We've got 7s on the Manticore with AC fire. Let's go ahead and do that. We've got a 9. We've got more 9. Actually, we'll skip the large laser. We'll go for the mediums on 9s. We'll go for an 8 on the LRM and 9 on the SRM. And we'll go -1 heat. Alright, Wyvern. We've got 3s on the Griffin. We've got 3s on the Grand Dragon. That's what we were waiting for. We really want to knock this Grand Dragon down. He's a 4/4. The Dragon is a 4/6. I think actually we want to go for the Dragon. We can definitely try to knock him down on 3s if he needs a 6 to stay standing. And that'll be a 7 actually. We'll go up to 7 heat on that. Yeah, worth it. And Yarvik on the Saladin on 10s or the Skulker on 8s. We'll go for the Skulker on the more likely shot. We've got 10s and we've got 8s with the mediums. We'll do that. Now, foot platoon missing the Drillson on a 7. The Valkyrie hitting the Pack Rat on a 3 to the right side with the medium laser, stunning the crew for a turn. Saladin hitting the Archer in the right leg for 20, critting on the lower leg. That's going to be 2 PSRs at the end of the phase. 1 for 20 plus and 1 for the lower leg. And he's down to 11 structure there. That really hurt. Maybe we can take him out this turn. That'd be very nice. Vedette missing the Atlas on a 9. The Vedette hitting Manticore in the left side with an autocannon 5. Down to +1 driving skill rolls. The Galleon at the Atlas hitting the center torso for 5. Down to 40 armor there. The Drillson at the foot platoon hitting with 2, 4, 6 SRMs and a machine gun, which is enough to kill the foot platoon. Bulldog at Wyvern hits 3 SRMs to the left arm and left torso. Autocannon 2s to the left torso and left leg. Bulldog missing the Wolverine. Centurion hitting the Galleon in the right side, stunning the crew for 1 turn and leaving it with 0 armor on the right side. The Vedette hitting the Archer in the right torso with a machine gun. The Centurion hitting the Griffin in the left leg with a large laser. That's Griffin 1N number 84 for future reference. Scorpion missing the Wolverine on a 10. Skulker missing the Rifleman on a 6. The Wolverine on the Saladin missing 5 out of 5 on 11s. The Warhammer at the Archer on 7s missing with the PPCs. Landing in a medium laser to the left arm on a 9. Down to 13 armor there. Griffin at the Rifleman landing a hit to the right arm, down to 10 armor there. The Banshee at the Manticore missing on 8s and 12s. The Grand Dragon at the Archer hitting on 6s to the left torso and left leg with medium lasers, down to 10 armor on that torso. The Dragon landing an autocannon 5 and a medium laser to the rifleman's right torso and left leg. The Atlas missing the Manticore on 7s, 8s, and 9s. The Manticore at the Atlas missing on 8s and 10s, landing 4 SRMs actually to the left leg, left arm, left torso, and right arm. And landing 6 LRMs to the left torso and right torso. The Hunter missing the Rifleman on a 9. Wyvern at the Dragon landing 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 15, 18 SRMs. Critting on his autocannon 5 ammo with a lucky through armor crit. Destroyed by ejection. The Griffin 1N is down and out. LRM carrier missing the Rifleman on 10s. The Rifleman hitting the Skulker in the left side, costing it half of its movement points with a large laser. Autocannon 5 and a medium laser to the front and left side, costing it another half of its movement points. So if I'm not mistaken, it just went from 7-11 to 4-6 and then 2-3. Skulker 88 should be 2-3 from now on. Nobody falls down this turn. Alright, where is Skulker 88? Is that this guy? Yes, it is, and he is in fact a 2-3. Alright, Wyvern can kick the Dragon on a 3 for 14 damage. The Griffin kicks the Archer on an 8 and misses. The Valkyrie kicks the Pack Rat in the right side, stunning the crew for 2 turns. Archer kicking the Griffin in the right leg for 14, does 0 armor there. Griffin needs 7s for missing a kick and for getting kicked. Makes a 7 and a 6, takes 5 to the center torso and 1 to the right torso. Needs a 7 to avoid damage, gets a 9. Things go boom indeed. Our Wyvern Archer is at 7 heat. The Rifleman is at 2. The Banshee is at 1. Everyone else on our side is pretty cool. The enemy Griffin is at 5. The enemy Grand Dragon is at 6. The enemy Warhammer is at 7. They're pushing hard. We are not. We're at 97.16. Our allies are at 97.8-ish. Primary outfor is at 78%. So we're definitely pulling ahead in battle value. And it is our turn to deploy. Oh, we've got the Orion, the Quick Draw, the Warhammer, and the Marauder. We want to get them into this fight as soon as possible. I want to get the Marauder here, where it's a straight shot north. I get the Orion here, and the Warhammer here, and the Quick Draw I think I want here to try to come up maybe more behind. Alright, Orion advancing 5 hexes. Quick Draw advancing 8 hexes. Warhammer advancing 5 hexes at a run. And the Marauder advancing 6 hexes at a run. Alright, so now we're gonna start like doing like a pincher kind of thing on them, which I think is gonna work out to our advantage. That said, we do only have 15 minutes left in tonight's stream, so we'll see how that goes. The Saladin obviously is going to be our primary target, seeing as how he just almost legged our Archer. That was really rough. Yarvik will run forward for a 5 and move into position to pick up that pilot next turn. Petra. Do we continue advancing? There is an SRM carrier up there that needs to be dealt with. Yeah, we'll try to take out that SRM carrier maybe next turn. 6 hexes, yeah, we'll try it. If anyone can withstand the barrage of an SRM-6 carrier at medium range, it's gonna be our Atlas. Alright, you have a busted leg actuator and you're running hot, so your movement points are only 2, 3. We'll go ahead and advance to here. We're under the guns of the LRM carrier. We're short range of the Manticore. I think that's going to be our best chance for the Archer. And the Wolverine. I think we'll move into kicking range of the Saladin. Alright, Griffin stands up on a 7, gets an 8, and Drillson, flanking and turning, needs a 5, gets a 12. Random guy at the SRM carrier on 8s. We'll take all of the 8s, please and thank you. We'll take 7 as well. We'll take another 8, and we will take a 6. No, we will take a 5, and hopefully we get a fuel tank hit or something. I want that SRM carrier off the field, and I'm willing to go up to 7 heat to do it. Wyvern at the Manticore needs 2s, or the LRM carrier at 5s. I feel like the LRM carrier is probably the bigger threat, honestly. But I'm not going to go up to 7 heat to do it. I'm going to go up to 4 heat. Excuse me. Yarvik at the Saladin on 8s. We'll take every shot we can get on the Saladin. Except on 10s to go up to 5 heat. Petra has a shot on the Vedette on 8s. The Manticore on 9s. We'll go ahead and try to take out the Vedette on 8s. And we'll throw in some medium lasers on 10s. Sure, why not? The Wolverine at the Saladin on 6s. Yes, we're going to take every 6 we've got on the Saladin. That thing is just too dangerous to leave alive. We've got 13s on the Griffin. We could maybe take a 12, sure. If we're going to take a 12, we might as well take it on the Drillson. If we hit, you know, at least we'll get multiple pellets. We've got 14s on the Bulldog. That's going to be 13s on the Maxim. That's actually going to be a 12 on the Scorpion. Might as well. No reason not to. Scarponi in the Warhammer 6ML. We've got 14s. We've got 12s on the Drillson. We might as well take those. And Scarponi, or no, Tentacle Shogun, excuse me, has no one in range. Should have sprinted this turn. It is what it is. Yeah, I can tell you guys are hearing the AC kick on. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do about that. I already turned up the AC. The Atlas at the SRM carrier, immediately killing the crew with a medium laser. So that thing is kaput, costing it half of its movement points in addition. Archer at the LRM carrier, hitting it in the front for no damage, or for no crit. Front is down to 0 armor, front is down to 4 structure, front is down to 0 structure. LRM carrier is dead. Solid and missing on a 7, nice. Vedette at the Centurion missing on a 10. Rifleman at the Saladin hitting it in the right side, stunning the crew for a turn, and following that up with an autocannon 5 and destroying the Saladin. That's 20 points of damage per turn off the field. That is a good feeling. We've got the SRM carrier at the Atlas, landing 3 SRMs on 10s, costing us a point of edge. We've got the Banshee at the Vedette, hitting it in the left side, causing a chance for motive damage. LBX to the front, costing it a movement point. We've got the Bulldog at the Archer, hitting with 3 SRMs to the left arm and center torso. Left arm is down to 9 structure. 3 more SRMs to the left torso, right torso, and left arm, down to 7 armor there. Autocannon 2 to the left leg. Bulldog missing the Wolverine on a 10. The Wolverine at the Saladin, hitting in the right side. Saladin's already dead, so there's no point in that. Vedette at the Banshee, hitting it in the center torso for 5. The Orion missing the Skulker on a 12. The Scorpion missing the Wolverine on an 8. Skulker at the Archer, hitting it in the right leg, critting on the upper leg. That's going to be another piloting skill check, and we're about to lose that leg. That's not great. I need them to start hitting that left leg more. Quick draw at the Scorpion, hitting on a 12 to the front for 7 damage, down to 9. Warhammer at the Wolverine, hitting it in the right arm with the PPC, down to 8 armor there. Our Warhammer at the Skulker, missing on 12s. The Griffin, hitting the Archer in the right torso rear with the PPC, down to 11 structure there. The Grand Dragon at the Archer, hitting it in the right torso for 5, and hitting in the left arm and left torso for 6. The Vedette missing the Griffin. The Manticore at the Archer, hitting in the left torso, down to 12 structure there. SRMs to the right arm, right leg, and center torso, down to 4 structure on that leg. The Drillson at the Griffin, hitting it in the center torso, critting on the engine. SRMs to the left leg and right torso, center torso. That's our Allied Griffin at the enemy Griffin. Allied Drillson, enemy Griffin, excuse me. Critting on the engine again, critting on the foot with SRMs. Machine gun to the right torso, SRMs to the right arm. The Hunter at the Wyvern Archer, missing on an 8. The Centurion, hitting the LRM carrier with 6 LRMs to the front and left side, immobilizing it. LRM carrier at the Wolverine, hitting with 12 LRMs to the left torso, right leg, and right arm. The Centurion missing on 9s, the Bulldog missing on 10s and 12s. Our Archer needs 7s for taking 40 plus damage and getting its other leg actuator hit. It gets it with a 10 and 11. Wolverine took 20 plus damage, needs a 5, gets an 8. The Griffin lost a leg or foot actuator and took 20 plus damage, needs a 9 and a 9, gets an 11 and a 4, takes 5 to the right arm and 1 to the right torso. Needs a 9 to avoid damage, needs a 5 to stay conscious. Grand Dragon kicks our Rifleman in the right leg for 12, down to 16 armor there, and we need a 4 to stay standing, gets a 10. Oh wow. I'm seeing some things here. Our Atlas Mark III is at 7 heat. Our Archer Mark III Wyvern is at 4 heat. Our Rifleman is at 2 heat. Our friendly Centurion is at 1 heat. Enemy Griffin number 84 gains 27 heat, sinks 12, and is at 20 heat. Needs a 6+ to avoid shutdown, gets an 8. Needs a 4+ to avoid ammo explosion, gets an 11. But even if he sinks 12 heat next turn, he's still at 15 heat. Even if he does nothing, there's still a chance he will shut down next turn on a 4+. The enemy Grand Dragon is at 5 heat. The enemy Warhammer 6R is at 7 heat. We have 1 initiative going into round 7. However, we are going first within our team. We're at 93.9%. Our allies are at 99.7%. Primary outfor is at 60.83%. And at this point, folks, I've been streaming for going on 2 hours now. And I know y'all are all very anxious for me to continue streaming, but I think this is the point where I'm going to have to call it. I'm going to go ahead and save the game here. We're going to call that, well, I guess we will call that Assassinate 3. If the things went boom, that is good. Indeed. We destroyed something here. We're closing in on this Bulldog. The Saladin is out of the action. That's a good thing. We've got something else there. Yeah, things are going boom. Things are going good. We are definitely mingling it up here in the middle of the battlefield, right in this area. We do have a lance coming in from the south that's going to start becoming more of a thing here in the next couple of turns. I'm looking forward to that. We did just save the game. We are disconnected. We're going to go ahead and save our campaign. And I think that is where we're going to call it. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, follow, subscribe. Be a part of the community. Link to the Discord is in my bio. And until then, I hope everyone has a good night, a good evening, a good weekend, or whatever the heck it is you're having. And we will see you next week for the continuation of this assassinate mission. Have a good night, and we'll see you then.